Let's kick this explainer off. Today, we're looking at 4 tools for fast relief, how to completely reset a stressed brain in under 4 minutes. We'll be using the exact same techniques that doctors, athletes, and yep, even toddlers rely on. You know the feeling, right? Your heart is just hammering in your chest, and your thoughts are in absolute jumbled mess. We have all been there. Maybe someone just said something that made you want to scream. Or maybe you're a kid who just lost a high-stakes video game and it genuinely feels like the end of the world. The physical sensation of panic is just overwhelming. But calming down isn't just about telling yourself to relax. It's a real, tangible skill. And we're going to break down exactly 4 tools for fast relief that work at absolutely any age. Before we fix the panic, though, we need to understand the amygdala hijack and exactly why we lose control in the first place. Seriously, yelling "just calm down" at someone never ever works. And here's the biological reason why. When you get stressed, this tiny part of your brain called the amygdala basically grabs the steering wheel and hijacks your nervous system. What's crazy is that this acts as the exact same biological alarm system a caveman used thousands of years ago to run away from a tiger. It is hardwired to keep you alive. But here's the wild part, the real modern problem we face. Your amygdala literally cannot tell the difference between a real life-threatening tiger and everyday annoyances. To this tiny part of your brain, a flooded email inbox, a really tough math test, or a sibling stealing the TV remote, it all registers as the exact same level of mortal danger as a 400-pound apex predator. So, because of this false alarm, your body instantly preps to fight or flee. Your heart pounds, your breathing gets super shallow, and worst of all, your logical thinking brain basically just goes offline. This is exactly why reasoning with someone mid-panic is totally useless. You are literally talking to the wrong part of the brain. All right, let's get into the hacks. Tool number 1, the 4-7-8 breath. This is a biological hack that brings your thinking brain back online fast. Here's how it works. I want you to breathe in quietly through your nose for a count of 4 seconds. Then hold that breath for 7 seconds. And finally, breathe out completely and slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. To get the full effect, you just repeat that specific cycle 3 times. And the science here is super cool. It's all about that long 8-second exhale. That extended exhale physically tells your nervous system, hey, the danger is over. It acts literally like an internal off switch for that overly dramatic amygdala alarm system. Moving right along to tool number 2, the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding game. This is a fantastic way to pull your brain out of panic mode and anchor it right back into the present moment. Think of it as a sensory countdown. Just scan the room and name 5 things you can see, like a picture frame or a plant. Then actually touch 4 things around you, maybe your shirt fabric or a cold desk. Next, pause and name 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and finally, 1 thing you can taste. This grounding technique is a total game changer. By forcing your brain to process immediate sensory data, you actively block out those spiraling thoughts. I mean, you simply cannot be anxious about what might happen tomorrow while you're busy counting the blades on a ceiling fan today, right? It forces your processing power back into the now. Next up, tool number 3, the body reset. Because stress isn't just in your head, it physically sets up camp in your muscles. When adrenaline and cortisol flood your system, you have to physically discharge them. Try vigorously shaking out your hands for 10 seconds. Just really shake them. Roll your shoulders back deeply. Or try pressing your palms together as hard as you possibly can for 5 seconds to create immense physical tension, and then completely let it go. This isn't just a gimmick, it's a proven physical release. Professional athletes actually do these exact movements right before a huge match to deliberately dump that nervous tension. By doing this, they stop that stored stress from just sitting in their muscles and eventually turning into frustration or snapping at someone later in the day. And finally, tool number 4, the 1-sentence reset. This is for those moments when you feel yourself completely spiraling. When you can't focus on breathing or counting, just say this one incredibly simple sentence out loud, or even in your head. This feeling is real, but it is not permanent. That single sentence is a heavy hitter because it achieves 2 massive psychological shifts at the exact same time. First, it validates what you are actually feeling in that moment, instead of trying to fight it off. And second, it gently but firmly reminds your panicked brain that this intense moment will always pass. because it always does. So, you now have 4 proven tools for fast relief right in your back pocket. And honestly, practicing these skills while you're calm makes them significantly easier to deploy when you're actually stressed. So, which of these 4 techniques are you going to try first today? Mastering just one of these gives you the power to override millions of years of evolutionary panic. But it kind of makes you wonder, if we can hack our brain's stress response this easily in under 4 minutes, what other incredible shortcuts is our nervous system hiding?